Whoa! This is why I come 2 hours up a mountain. Welcome back everybody to another camping with Tony and Bruce, who is just down here. We're doing, thank you Brucey for my kisses, we're doing an overnight on the mountain again in a different spot, bit of a creepy pine forest spot. I'm running late. It's gonna get dark. It's darkish now, but in the forest it gets dark much earlier because there's a lot less light coming in. So we've got to get to camp, get it all set up. I've got some new gear, lots of new gear to test out, and I'll tell you all about what's happened to the truck and why I'm running late, what's just been done to it and how long that took and everything. But right now we've got to get there. So I'm on a logging track, so I will bring you back when we're up the mountain and near where we're going to camp. Okay, welcome back everybody. Well, I had a bit of a problem. I've got new wheels on the truck to fit because I've got brand new brakes that are much bigger, and the first corner I got to I had a big bump and the wheels rubbed badly against the metal bull bar arm plating underneath. In fact, it bent one piece on the right hand side. So this is why you carry tools with you. I got my impact driver out and removed the armor plating on both sides. That's, to be honest, it's just there to collect dirt. You don't really need it. I'll show you maybe tomorrow. Let me put a light on so you can maybe see me. Yeah, I'll show you tomorrow what the damage was and how I fixed it. Temporary fix. We thought it might happen. As I say, the guys at the garage scrambled to get the truck to me for today. It's chucking down as predicted. The temperature is dropping. Now, it's summer here in New Zealand, February 2023, because opposite seasons, I always have to say that. And down in the valley, so there's a big southerly is coming through that's freezing cold for summer. So the temperature has dropped now to 10 degrees centigrade. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. You'll have to Google it. And of course we're climbing. So we're climbing to, I think about, I think 1,200 meters, which is what? 3,600 feet, something like that, 3,600 feet. So it just keeps getting colder and colder. All right, I will bring you back. I just thought I'd cover that because that was about 20 minutes ago that I had to repair the damage and pull bits off, and they're in the back of the truck now. I didn't want to video it because it was raining. I just wanted to get on with it and get going. But I'll show you either later or tomorrow. Right now I've just got to get to campsite, so I will bring you back at camp. Okay, here we are at the spot. Yuck. Okay, so it's pretty simple. What I want to do here is the wind is going to be coming. Oh, let me turn you around so you can see what I'm talking about. Right, I mean, I need to just get on with this basically, but I've got to go out and check out the wind, but the awning is on that side of the truck. I want some protection. Park as close as safely possible, and then I will set up, I hope, the tent on that side beside the truck. Okay, I'll bring you back when I've got the camera all set up. Okay, welcome back everybody. It is awful. The conditions are bad, it's cold, hands are cold already. What I want to do is I need to get my awning up ASAP. Then I'll let Brucey out of the truck because I want to give him some cover first. But we need to get this awning out just to give us a dry spot to hang out under. Man, it is so grim. Yeah, so this is a big southerly storm. And of course, I'm on a mountain. Now, I'm gonna get wet, but I've got change of clothes. I've got all the gear I need. If you know, the proverbial hit the fan, then I'd go in the rooftop tent and Bruce can sleep in the truck. Wow, this is a nightmare. Let's get this set up. Oh, always put your straps away properly, Tony. What are you doing? Okay, it's just the wind, it's not so much the rain. But the wind is a shocker. Okay, let's do this. So, yuck. Ugh. Just pull my hood tight. Hold on. There's a lot to manage when filming in the rain. It's cold. It's grim. I don't think I've been out in weather this grim for quite a while. Okay, this is pretty simple to set up. Okay, let's get the back done. Oh man, believe me when I say it's pretty bad out here. I mean, Bruce wants to get out because he doesn't care about this at all. But I just want to get it set up first. Get the awning set up and then we're good. Then Brucey can come out and he can play in the rain, which he loves doing. You're going to see a lot of rain coming off this tarp. Oh. Okay, we've got shelter. Wow. It sounds like I got the shelter done just in time. All right, let's let Brucey out. Come on, Brucey. You can come out now. So he doesn't care about these conditions at all. These conditions are normal for a border collie. Okay, I've got to get this windshield pegged out. Not going to be a whole lot of chit chat while I'm doing all of this, because I've just got to get it done. I can't even tell if you can see me from there. Yeah, you can. Okay. Woo. Honestly, I am not exaggerating these conditions. It's really bad. All right, let's put the poles down. So I am just overhanging the road a little bit, but no one's going to be coming past here. I don't know if you could see, there is a river running past as well. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's get the front done. Right, so usually Brucey would have had his treat by now, but I honestly got to get this done. Priorities. I tell you what, it's going to be a hell of a test for the tent that I've got. Whew. I know, Bruce. It's going mad, isn't it? Okay. So if Bruce needs to, he can just go under the car. Ah. Right. Oh, Bruce wants his treat. So let's give Bruce his treat first, because I know he's gagging for it. Oh man, I just can't believe this weather. It wasn't forecast to be this bad. Okay, Brucey. Yes. See, wagging your tail. Come on then, there you go. Go on. Good boy. Okay, I've got to get the tent out, get this done urgently. Right, so the tent that I've got this time is the Oz Tent AT4. It's an air tent. Now, I've just realized we are pooling badly. So what I'm going to have to do is lower this all down. I'm going to have to lower the tarp down. Because we're pooling so much. I'm trying not to get soaked myself. Okay, that's better. Yeah, the rain's pouring off the side now. No pooling. Okay, no pooling. Right. Oh my God, can you hear that noise? Okay, I've not set this tent up. Not great conditions for doing this the first time. So, Oz Tent, this is a real test to see if your AT4 air tent is actually waterproof. I could do with a really good wind here, no fail. So I'm going to set this up just over there. So I need the pump. These conditions. Oh man. Now I knew there was a storm. I planned for this. I wasn't sure you can never be sure on the forecast just how bad this stuff is ever going to be. I just assumed that it would be bad. So I've got the right gear for it. Yes, I'm wearing shorts. Yes, it's cold, but I've got a change of gear. Okay, what I won't be using is their pegs, probably. Let me just check to see if these are the pegs that I think they're going to be. Yeah, they're shepherd's hooks. No use. I'll use my own pegs. And hammer. Okay, now what I'm hoping is this is all attached as one, so it doesn't get soaking wet inside the tent. But I've got a horrible feeling you actually do have to throw it over the top of the tent, so it is going to get wet. Wow. Right, it is what it is. Suck it up. Okay, so my first screw up. This is the ground sheet with inner. It's all going to get drenched. There's nothing I can do about it. It's going to get drenched. Whoa! That was a huge, huge gust of wind. Actually, this looks like it clips on the inside. Maybe I don't have to mount this first. I might get away with this. I might get away with it. Hang on. Yep, I think I have. Okay. What I think you do is, because I didn't check, because I'm such an expert and I know the lens is getting wet, but I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. Let me move you around here. If I wipe the lens, it's just going to get filthy. Okay, what I need to do is set the back up here, front facing there, and peg it down straight away. So I'll take 2 pegs. I need to find the front. Oh no, nightmare. If I could give one piece of advice to tent manufacturers, it's make it flipping obvious straight away. Where's the front? Where's the back? Okay, the good news is even though the inner will get a bit wet, it's not a problem. Here we go. Okay, I just don't know how big this thing is. I didn't get a chance to set it up at home. You should always try and set them up at home first. There's the front. Okay, that's the front. This is the back. Okay, got it. Let me move you around so you can see what I'm doing here. I think Bruce is gonna retreat inside soon under the truck. Okay, we don't want the tent flying away. So we're going to peg it down first. So it looks like what you do is you just hook the inner up afterwards, and that's got the big floor on it and everything, so it looks like we're okay. Yeah. Big pegs, more pegs. Let's get the front done. It would be nice if I don't have to guy this thing out as well. Okay. Excuse the arse shot. Right, this is not what I was thinking. It's not obvious how to do this. Okay. Let's see if this is it. I'm just going to start pumping it up and hope for the best. Right. Let's pump this up. I'll start from the back. Oh, actually, you know what? It's just one valve on each side. Awesome. Okay. Ah, I'm totally confused. It looks like meant to actually peg down the airframe here. You know what? I cannot for the life of me work out what this is meant to look like. I just can't. So just get on with it. What is that bit over there? Oh, I see, that's the front door. Nope, there's no door here. Oh, it's the bedroom. Oh my God. What am I doing? Okay. I see. I've set this up on a puddle. Oh man. Oh, well, it could be worse. Could be snowing. And a blizzard. There we go. A semblance. We're getting there. I've just pegged it out in completely the wrong spots. Right. I think that's pumped up enough. Okay, as I say, quite often is I've got this completely wrong way around. There's the front door. What an idiot I am. What an idiot. Come on. Okay. Right. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay. So I need to bring this peg over a bit. Maybe There, let's try there. All right. Makes a bit more sense now. We're getting there really slowly. Oh, I see. Okay, you peg the air tubes first, like so. All right. Then the back is going to need to be pegged. So I'm hoping this pops up. Oh, there's another tube at the back. Oh my God. I am all kinds of stupid right now. Oh, the comments are going to be full with trolls. You're an idiot, you should have tested it at home, never go into a storm with it. All valid points. But, oh, thanks Bruce. But I have dry gear, dry bedding, dry stuff for Bruce, and I've got a rooftop tent on the truck that is a backup that just pops straight up and has got all my bedding in as well. Okay, so I'm just pumping up. There's a third tube here. I thought that was a bit weird. Okay. Right. So what I've got to do is move the camera. Is it starting to look like a tent? All right, so this is the door, but there's no connection on the side door. This doesn't look like it's meant to take a lot of stress. So I'll do this lightly just on both sides. It looks like you have to guy this out, which you would do anyway in conditions like this. Ah, no, okay, I found it. There is a strap. Okay, I thought that was a bit weird. Ah, only on that side. Okay, so this is the main anchor point here for the whole tent. All right, let's have a look what it's meant to look like here. It needs a guy line, I think. It's looking a bit loosey-goosey. Thank God for a decent rain jacket. So what I'm just doing now is just going around and adjusting, which is a sensible thing to do anyway. Don't be tempted just to suddenly get in your tent if you don't feel that you've completed it properly, because man, you'll regret it. Wow, I'm getting drenched. Sorry you can't see me. I'm just pegging out the back, but I just can't keep moving the camera. Why does the middle look so sad? I wonder if I need to pump it up more. I just don't know. I mean, look, it's holding up all by itself, but it does look a little bit rubbish. Okay, I need to pump this up a bit more, I think. I'm sure there's someone at OzTent watching this going, oh my God. Okay, let me just move you. Now, I'm sure there's water on the camera, on the lens, but there's not much I can do about it, I'm afraid. What am I doing up here now? Okay, let's pump this up a bit more. Okay. Well, it's up. It's not going anywhere. But I think you have to guide the sides out to stop the middle from moving. So let's do that. Oh, you know, occasionally there's a lull in the rain, and it is nice. Rare, but nice. Sorry for the arse shot again. Okay, let's do the other side. Man, whose idea was it to come out in this? Right, so what I'm saying is here it just looks a little bit weird. But I think it's just because it needs guying out. So I don't want to be on the road. And what I'll do tonight is I'll hang a lantern so that just in case anyone comes, which they won't, they'll see it. Okay, so first thing I notice is I don't like these guy lines the way they are. I think I'm going to have to use my own guy lines if I can't get these to work properly. But let's see if I can do it. Okay, they work. Right. Ah, that's taken form now. Okay, do the other side. I don't feel cold anymore because I'm working so hard. Okay. All right, I think all we need to do now is guy the front out. I do hate having to do this, but I think it's necessary just because of the strength of these winds. Mind that, Brucey. Oh man, I'm drenched. My shorts are so wet. You know what? I'm actually glad I'm wearing shorts. Because trousers, pants would have got absolutely soaked by now. And I've got gum boots, my Wellington boots. So I'll just wear those later. Okay, I'm hoping how does that look now? Oh, that's much better. Yeah, much better. Wow, you've got to guy this thing out a lot to get the air vent. I just don't know if I can be bothered. I might leave that for now, not guy it. I think this is enough. We're in a pretty sheltered spot, to be honest. I need to get the inner set up. Okay. So let me take you inside, because I haven't been inside yet either. And let's have a look at what's going on in here. Oh, I just got absolutely pummeled on there. Okay, not a whole hell of a lot of room. What are you meant to do with this? Oh, I see, you're meant to have poles. Well, in the meantime, I'll just loop that there. I've contorted, oh no, I can't do that. It contorts the air tent. Can I reach this anywhere else? Nope. All right. Okay, all I need to do is hook the inner up in here. He says like that's going to be a really easy thing to do. Man, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, well, it's dry in here anyway. Let me bring you in. You're not going to see much in here, to be honest. It's that bad. There is not a whole hell of a lot of room in here. But we're going to make it work. Somehow. Okay, that's as good as I can get it, folks. Right, so what I need to do is hook the yellow to the end yellow there at the back. Here we go. So yellow to yellow here. So does it hook at the bottom first? Yes, it does. Oh, this is a nightmare. Why didn't it come all set up? You know what? The Zenpire tent came completely set up, ready to go. You just blew it up and you were done. That was it. This thing, they haven't done anything to prep it. All right. Stop whinging and get on with it. Okay, so I've got to set all these pegs up. I don't know what you can see. I'm sure this is not compelling TV right now. Where am I going? Here. Okay. So the inner does have a massive bathtub floor, it looks like, which is good. Gonna need it because there might be a puddle under here soon. Oh, they could have had this set up. They really could. There was no reason not to have this connected. Oh, nightmare. When you buy a Hilberg or that Zenpire, you can take the bag, you can take the tent out of the bag in a rainy situation, no problem at all. You don't have to set anything up. It's all ready to go. This thing, there's a million hooks and they haven't bothered to attach any of them. Hey, Brucey. Okay, I meant to find a hook down here. I can't for the life of me see one. Oh, here it is, got it. Oh, man. Oh, whew. Okay. So you can't see, but Bruce has come in and he's lying down in here with me. So I thought he might just come out of the rain. All right, everyone, I'm gonna finish up doing this and I'll bring you back when it's done, because this is a nightmare. Okay, everyone, I've got the inner up. So, sit rep. Guess what? The tent is faulty. So here, you'll see the corner has this strap here. That's what's holding it together. They forgot to stitch one on this one. There's nothing there. You can see where the reinforcement's meant to go, but they haven't done it. Which means it renders the door entirely useless because there's no toggles or anything on this flap at all. It's just going to flap around like that. So Oz tent, fail straight away. Wow. On a really important piece of, I mean, that's meant to be the main support for it, and it's a fail. You can clearly see here where they have attached the strap and there where they've forgotten to do it. Unbelievable. You know what? Oh, I'm so sick of these companies producing crap and just not having decent quality control. So now I've got no side protection here. and no support. This is the only thing that's supporting that. So I'm going to have to double hit this in, because that's now taking all of the strain, and which means you do have to have the guys out. I mean, what were they thinking? Who's checking this stuff, huh? Oh man, I know I whine about this stuff, but you know what? I'm just sick of it. I really am. Do you know how many products that I've come across where it's just faulty, and they go, oh, just send it back. Just send it back, it'll be fine. Bit late for that, isn't it? When you've just ruined the whole experience. So now that's just going to flap around like crazy when I do this up. You'll see what I'm talking about immediately when I do it. And some idiot's going to say, oh, why don't you just keep it closed? Because I'm trying to make a YouTube video. Oh, I'll tell you what else I've just seen. This is how bad it is. The toggle is missing from here as well. There's nowhere to put the toggle on. There is on this side, but not on this side. Look at this. So there's a toggle here, there's a toggle here, and there's no loop on this side. This is crap. Wow. This is just so crap. I am so disappointed with Oztent. What is going on with that company? They used to be known for producing good quality, stuff, and that's why it's expensive. This is just going to flap around like crazy now, and there's nothing you can do with it. There is no loop, nothing on the bottom at all. You can't tie it up to here. That's just going to flap around till I decide to go to bed. Oh, can you tell how angry I am? Actually, I'm just disappointed. That's what I am. Disappointed in just mediocrity. Oh, man. It's always me that finds this crap. And then everyone says I've done something wrong. You know what? I've had this with Napier tent. Alright, I'm set up. But I'm absolutely livid. Look at that. What a pile of rubbish. Now I hope this thing isn't going to leak tonight. It's too dark for me to see if the seam seals are all there. But we'll know when I shine a torch in there. Alright, well, what do I do now? Oh my God, what a flipping load of rubbish this is. Alright, you know what? I'm going to unpack my gear. To hell with it. We'll get in there. If it leaks, we get in the truck. Right, let's get everything into the tent that I want to get into the tent. And the rest I might just keep under my awning. Because I'm not sure what to trust now. Okay, bed. Oh man. Well, Bruce is having fun because I've turned the light on. So now he's all happy. My chair. Oh, I need to get my lights in here. I've got a little bit of pooling, but nothing that bad. Okay, let's do this. All right, I need to just I need to get some lighting in here. So I can see what I'm doing. That's better. All right. You know, now I can just see how crap it is in here. How grim. Right, let me see if the tent is leaking. It's difficult to tell because I got it wet earlier. Yeah, it's leaking. Oh my God. I can see it dripping off the back. That's surely not coming from inside. I might have to move you to the GoPro, so I'll bring the GoPro out. Okay, welcome back everybody. Right, let me show you what's going on here. I'm not sure, but it's wet here and I can't tell if that was from earlier. I'm just praying. I'm praying it's not leaking. I'm sure this is just wet from where I set it up, but what I'll do is I'll wipe it all down with a towel when I come to bed. Well, I won't put out my bedding or anything. I'll keep that all wrapped up and maybe in the back of the truck. Yeah, I just can't tell if it is leaking. Now, looking at this, it is seam sealed, so we should be okay. But look at this; it's coming in quite a bit here, and it doesn't stay taut because I can't tighten up the end because that's missing. All right, let me get set up. I need to get everything set up and I'll come back to you when everything is ready because I'm getting stressed now just trying to get this all set up in the rain. So I'll come back to you when I'm all ready, all settled. We might have to close this thing up and film in here, but we will see. Bruce is going nuts there with the light. Look at him. Nightmare. Okay, bring you back. I've got everything in, but to be honest, everyone, I'm gonna have to close this in now because it's coming in all over the place and I need to seal this up. So I'm gonna bring you in here. I'm gonna get this closed. So I'll bring you back. Welcome back, everybody. Well, that was a nightmare. That was an absolute nightmare. It's a shame the tent is faulty. I haven't seen any leaking yet. Fingers crossed, touch wood and everything else, nothing, there are no leaks. These windows, though, seem to have a very low threshold. I mean, they're wet, but they seem to be sealed the same as this material. So I have dried them, but it's just, I can't tell if I just missed it, I didn't dry it properly, or it's probably that. I can see where I've brushed my head where it was wet. It's the occasional wet bit that's freaking me out, and I think, oh, it's leaking, but actually it's just where my coat hit the material. That's my hope anyway. I'll dry this now and see what happens. But it's kind of, there's a window there and it's just pushed up against it. So here's what we're going to do. It's late. That took me ages to get set up and I am now cocooned in here. So we're going to give Brucey his dinner. He hasn't had it yet and it's late. But here's the thing, he is soaking wet. Soaking wet. And I'm afraid, because he's going to need to go out again after he has his dinner. So what I'm going to do is I've left the vent open. You can't see it, but the door is open just at the bottom here. He's out there playing. I mean, he's going nuts around the truck. So I'm going to just feed him through the gap here. So I'll turn the camera a bit. Let's see if you can see him. Hold on. He'll come as soon as I call him for dinner. And you might see him just pop his head
So we're looking for this little gap here, down here. So let's see what happens. I'll move forward a bit just so you can see me. It might bring it into focus. And what I can do is just hold this door back, this flap back a bit. So it comes with this big ground sheet, which is actually a godsend right now. Bruce, do you want your dinner? Brucey! Good boy. Come round. Good boy. Stay. Stay. Sit. Good boy. Stay there. I don't know if you can see him. His head just there. So what his immediate reaction is going to be is to shake in here. But then after he has his dinner, he has to go back out again. Because he'll be too charged up with energy to stay in here after that. So there's no point drying him. And then he's going to go out and get soaked again. So I'll just feed him through that gap there. He doesn't care. He's having so much fun. And people say, oh, poor dog and everything. He's got a waterproof coat built in. And I think actually he's been under the awning most of the time just playing. I heard him doing all sorts out there. So he's got his wet food, he's got his dry food. So he won't shake if I just bring it in for him to have. There you go, Brucey. Come on. Bruce. Yeah. There you go. Come on. Okay. As long as he doesn't shake, we'll be okay. So I've got to keep an eye on him. So while he's doing that, I am desperate for a drink. Really desperate. I tell you what, no joke. I was pretty stressed. Those conditions are a nightmare. Cheers everybody, welcome. I hope you can hear me. It is just coming down out there. It's incredible. Oh, that's good. That's really nice. This is New Zealand Max Magic Hour Hazy Pale Ale. Let me see if I can just zoom in on that. There. How was that? You see me? Okay. Let me just zoom in on Brucey so you can see him. Good boy, Brucey. Now he's got a bowl of water out by the truck. He'll bring it back to me. So yeah, he's got a bowl of water out there by the truck. So he doesn't need any more. But I will leave the bowl just here by the tent. Okay, go on, out Bruce. Out then, out, because I don't want you doing what you're going to do in here. Go on, out Bruce, out. Good boy, go on, out Bruce, out. Good boy. That worked out quite well actually. That's it. So he'll now just carry on playing out there. He's not in the rain. He's under the tarp. Oh, I might just try and move the camera around a bit. Sorry, this is really difficult conditions to deal with here. Hang on. I'll just plug all this back in. Oh, everything's going wrong. I could so easily go home now if I was so inclined. I'm sorry, I've just got to tighten the camera up. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's very easy. Is that better? Okay. And breathe. It's very easy to just give up and say, you know, to hell with this, I can't be bothered. But I don't give up. I'm not a quitter. Never have been. I'm not about to start now. Right, so let's get dinner on. Bruce has had his dinner. It is so late. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. That's late for Brucey to have his dinner. But he did have that treat. Okay, now here's my other concern. So I do have some vents and some windows, but I don't want water to come in. But if I start cooking in here, it's just going to fill with moisture. I could have cooked under the truck, under the awning, but it's just swirling out there. And now I'm dry, I'm in my dry stuff. Look, I've got my boots on and everything. I don't want to get wet. I think what we'll do is, there's a window here. Let me see what happens if I open this a bit. How much water comes in. Oh yeah, it's quite bad. That's not going to happen. There is a vent up the top here, and that I've got that open. I've got the vent open at the back. I might just have to open the vent behind the camera a bit. Let's do that. Yeah. That might be enough. Okay. It is difficult. Now I need to straighten it again. Sorry. Okay, are we good? I haven't got any water coming in anywhere. Doesn't look like it. Still looks dry in here. Okay. You tried doing this for YouTube. I know no one makes me do it. It's not that I'm complaining, it's just it is difficult. Hey look, I've got a fancy little table now. Look at this thing. Just to keep everything out of the way. Okay, so what is for dinner? Well, I'll tell you what, in this instance I'm glad I've got my special cooker here. My Iwatane. The only thing concerning me is it's cold in here. It's going to warm up very quickly once I put this on though. Here we go. Right, it's magnetic, this thing. Where am I going with this? I wish this wouldn't come out so easily. There you go. Alright. Oh, man alive. Okay. Whew, we're getting there. Alright, what's for dinner? I've forgotten, to be honest. Oh, kebabs. I've got kebabs for dinner. Kebabs and couscous. From my local deli. Yes. Beef kebabs. And I've got some, I've never had this before, Stubbs Sticky Sweet Legendary Barbecue Sauce. That apparently is from the States, from Texas. Alright. What am I trying to do? My bag, here it is. Oh wow, it gets instantly warm in here. It was quite cold in here until I turned that on. Now, you're not meant to, I should point out. I don't encourage anyone to do this. Cook inside with gas in a tent, okay? Just don't. There's a lot of issues you've got to think about. Carbon monoxide, flame just catching the tent. So I don't recommend it at all. I don't advise you do this. But here's the thing, I've got vents open. There's a breeze coming through. We should be okay. We're going to get really smoky in here. I think I just need to open this door a bit more. And maybe this one. Oh, that works. Yeah, because it's going to get smoky. And there's just not enough venting in here to get rid of the smoke. Gosh, smoky. Might turn it down. Oh. Oh my God, it's so smoky in here now. What do I do though? How do I, oh Christ. Maybe I should have cooked this over behind the truck. Wow. You know, I've got to open the door, haven't I? I've got to let this smoke out. Got to vent it. Okay. And I'm going to have to... Oh, Christ. I'm sorry. It's just... Obviously I didn't think that through entirely. Alright, let's see if that makes a difference. I wonder if the camera can even still pick me up. Hold on. Right, so I've switched to the wide angle lens. It's not as good quality as my Sony lens, my big lens, but in a confined space you need that. Hey, it's working. It is. It's clearing quite a lot of the smoke out of the way. I could just do with this rain to just die down for a minute, and then all the smoke will be gone quite easily. Does that help? Why didn't I bring a fan? Alright, we need these to cook really quickly. Luckily they're beef. I'm struggling here. I'm really struggling. Because the conditions are just that bad. And you know what else though? I'll tell you why else I'm struggling. There's water dripping there. Okay, it's not coming in. I think we're alright. I'll tell you why else I'm struggling. Just the tent. It's not big enough. This is a 4-person tent. It's called the AT4. 4 adults sleeping in there in the bedroom? I don't think so. 2 at most. Maybe 3 a real squeeze. 2 adults and I guess it means 2 adults, 2 children, but even then I don't see how. Because you've got to sleep widthways. I've got my bed in here, I've got Bruce's bed in here and it's full already. I'll show you tonight when we go to bed. It's not leaking. It's a lot smaller than the Zempire in package terms, size. It's a lot lighter, obviously, but it's tiny compared to that. This is all I've got, is this little vestibule. The Zempire was a palace. I loved that thing. It's my favourite tent now, easily. Is there a situation I would use this tent again? Well, I'll tell you what, no. Not with the faulty product. No. That's shambolic. No, I think I just want a full refund. Because what else is wrong with it that I can't see? But that alone is faulty. You can see it was meant to be stitched there. You can see it's meant to have a toggle to hold the tent in place, so you can then stick this thing up on poles. I mean, the size and everything is just the size it is. You don't send it back because the size is wrong. It is what it is. But I'm just skeptical about the whole thing now. Where else are there floors? Am I going to get wet tonight? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know I'm whinging a lot about it. This was an expensive tent. I paid a lot of money for this. How would you feel? Spend all that money and the product was just rubbish. I can't believe those two things are missing. There's such obvious quality control, and that's what just makes me worry. I'm worried that they've skimped on quality control. I don't know where they do their quality control. Is it in China or is it in Australia? Where is it? Where's the factory? They need to stick the name of the person responsible on the tent, because that's what Hilberg do. And that Zempire tent was flipping amazing. I mean, it's so vast, there's so much to it. It comes completely assembled inside. You don't have to do all the faff that I just did. It's ready to set up in the rain. This? No, I had to put it all together, you saw. So this is OzTent's first air tent. I've got two other OzTents. And they're both condensation magnets. They're canvas. And oh man, it's the worst condensation I've had in any tent in my life at the OzTents. Yeah. And I've paid for extra awnings to go over the top of them. Everything. Nothing works. Lots of condensation. I still use them though, because I can live with the condensation if I put fans in or a heater or something to dry it off while I'm in there. I can do that. They're waterproof, they're really rugged. This is a bit of a departure for OzTent. This is a new thing for them, and yeah, they've got to fix their quality control. Even though it's just two little things, that thing's a big deal because it's supporting the entire tent. Well, it's not. If that snaps in the night, I'm absolutely screwed. But we'll see in the morning if there's any leaking. I like the rugged floor. That's good, because I'm sure that there's a flipping river underneath us right now. There is some moisture in here though. I don't know. I mean, it's just this outer ground sheet, so I'm not that bothered about it. It's not inside, which is crucial. Right, so I finished my beer. That went down very well. I'm going to have a bottle of wine. I am so stressed and need to unwind. This is an Esk Valley 2021 Merlot Cab Sauv Malbec from Gimblett Gavels in Hawke's Bay. And I've no idea if that got it. But it's a nice bottle of wine. Oh, if this does fail tonight, so here was my plan. Because I didn't get a chance to open it up at home, I couldn't check it. I couldn't see if it was faulty. Excuse me. So here was my plan all along. If it failed, if there was a big problem, that's what I've got the roof tent for. The roof tent is 100% waterproof, and it's got a hard shell. So it's a hard shell roof tent. So it can take anything thrown at it. And Brucey would sleep in the back of the truck. Totally warm, totally dry. He's slept in the back of the truck so many times now. He doesn't care. He's happy with that. Right, so I might actually take these off the skewers. Ow. Why didn't I do that beforehand? I should have. I think they're not far off. When do you put the barbecue sauce on? Who's an expert? You put it on while it's cooking? Oh, that smells good. Oh, we meant to marinate them. Well, I didn't have time for that. Hello, Brucey. Hello, stay out there. Oh no! That's what I didn't want you to do. Bruce just shook and almost got me. A little bit came across, I think you probably saw it. He's a nightmare. He only came because he smelt it suddenly. He's like, oh, what's that smell? And trust me, he's having a good time out there. He does not care that it's raining at all. You should see the conditions that they herd sheep in Scotland, where he's from. Right, so I've got a couscous salad, couscous and spicy eggplant. Yeah, I'm being pretty lazy here. Everything is pre-prepared. I got it on the supermarket, got it all at the supermarket on the way here. Right, wine. It's wine o'clock, definitely. Cheers, everybody, cheers. I don't know how this video is going to come out, but this is real life. Oh, yeah. Yum. Now, I should say, I have no mobile phone signal here whatsoever. I've got my EPIRB up here, my Garmin InReach. I don't know if that's got a signal, I think it has. So, if all else fails, I have got my Starlink with me that I could just plug into the car and switch on. I just couldn't be bothered to do it. Everyone, my wife knows where I am and she knows where I am, so. Oh, this smells amazing. I'm going to add a bit more of this because I want this to be a bit juicy. Saucy. Yeah, I'm sure I'm doing this wrong, it's overkill, but I don't. Honestly, I don't care. Oh, I'm so hungry. So hungry. Where are my wet wipes? Oh, where? Sticky sauce. Stay out, Bruce. Out, 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 out. So every time I put the barbecue sauce on, he smells it and he comes in. Once he comes in, if that's it, if I'm letting him in, he's in. That's it. But I don't want him in here if I'm going to do cigar time. He won't like that. Okay. I think we're good here. I think we're good. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh, the smell. You know what? Food, good food just makes everything better. And alcohol. Yeah, food and wine makes everything better. And of course, once I've done this, because I've turned that off, I can close the door up. Because it's freezing. It's not freezing, I think it's 8 degrees centigrade now. Temperature does keep dropping though. Now there is meant to be snow at high altitude. Funny if this turns to snow. I'm sure you'd all be happy. Alright. So we have, if I can get this thing to focus, we have barbecue rib kebabs with couscous and a stonking great bottle of wine. Oh, cheers everybody. Before I tuck into this, you know what? I'm going to close these doors. Because it is chilly with them open. Right, so I'm leaving the bottom one open just enough that he can come in. That Brucey can come in if he wants to. But I'll tell you this, if he comes in and I have to dry him off, he's going on his bed and that's it. He's done for the night. Because the towel won't take 2 drying loads of him. Yeah, I'll let him carry on playing because he's having a great time. I can hear him. Oh man, I need this. I really do need this. I'm so sorry, everyone, that the filming is just rubbish. Let me just move this camera again. I mean, I'm trying to get better with the filming, not worse. But I like to pan out and leave it outside, and so you can see everything out there and see a view and see the rain falling on the camera, and this just isn't one of those times because it is just awful out there, and this tent is not good enough to do that in. If I had the Zenpire tent here now, so much room, so much space. Yes, it's a bigger tent, I know that, but it just, the design, you can stand up fully in it, it's beautiful. And it would fit on this spot actually. But then I could have you out there and watching. But it's okay, I'm in a room. Now the weather forecast for the morning is meant to be good, so it's not all doom and gloom. Oh, let's have some of this. Mmm. Oh, yum. Oh, that sauce is lovely. Stubbs sticky sweet legendary barbecue sauce. I'm sure it's from Texas. I'm sure that's what I read. Oh, that's nice. And it's hot. Mmm. Yeah. What would you all eat if you were here now? Burgers? Mmm. That is good. I don't know how much the camera, I don't know how much it's picking up. The microphone is picking up the rain. It is crazily loud. I'm trying to think of the worst conditions I've ever been in. I've been in some horrible conditions in wild camping, but I'm trying to think in car camping, what's the worst weather I've ever been in? Where it was just dire. Car camping. I don't think I have been, honestly. I'll say it now. This is the worst, definitely the worst conditions I've ever been in on a car camp. You won't be able to hear him, but he's going nuts out there because I've got a lamp on. He's triggered by the light. He never goes very far. I can't see him at all, but he never leaves me for more than 10 seconds, so I know he's there.
Okay, I'm de-stressing now. The wine, well, the bit of starter helped, but the wine is helping. So what do you think of my little, so Flex Tail Gear, who are famous for pumps, you know these things? These pad pumps? I don't know if you've ever seen these before. This is what I use to, what I'll use to inflate my mattress. And it also has a light. Where's the light? Oh, it's a new one. This is the Flex Tail Mini 2. Here we go. So it's a light as well, and it's magnetic. And it's got a thing you can hook to the ceiling. So this is brand new. I think this is called the Mini or the Tiny 2. Anyway, they've sent me some other things. And one of them was this retro lamp. It's lovely, I have to say. Look at that. It's really nice. And you can change the tone of the color. I think. I'm pretty sure you can. Yes, you can. But I just really like it. Isn't that nice? It is pretty. The only thing I don't like is when you charge it, it pulses, which is a bit annoying. So Flex Tail Gear, if you can change that, that'd be great. But other than that, this is a really nice light. It's, how bright is it? Whoa, that's pretty bright. Anyway, they sent me these things and they don't pay me. They just said, would you mind reviewing them? I said, oh, okay. Seems I'd used so much of their stuff already. Oh, but I'm excited tonight. I'm really excited. I've got to tell you why. Behind me, you can't see it. Only cling to it. I've got to show you. Oh my God, I'm so excited. This, this beast is the Zen Bivy Moto bed. It's an all-in-one, except for the pillow, but I've got my pillow here. It's an all-in-one bed system. Now they don't ship to New Zealand, so I had to actually ship it to a handling agent. I had to buy it in the, where did I buy it? Bought it in the US. But then they got in touch with me afterwards. So I have bought this one, but then they want me to check out something else that they've got that's new, so they'll be sending me that one. But this one I bought. It's called the Moto bed. It's for car camping. It's all in one. It's got the mattress, the quilt, the sheet, everything all built in. It's good down to 0 degrees. What's that? 32 Fahrenheit. Which is fine. I'm glad it's cold tonight because I want to be able to tuck into this. But go and look up this thing because I can't wait to use it. I've read that people have had the most comfortable sleep of their lives in this thing, the Zen Bivy. And what it does is it's a cocoon. It's like a sleeping bag, and it's like a quilt. It's like a hybrid between a sleeping bag and a quilt. And it zips onto, this one zips onto the sheet that's attached to a built-in pad. So even if you toss and turn, sleep on your side, no matter what you do, it stays in situ, it doesn't move. And your pillow is tucked under a little sleeve. That doesn't fall off either. I am so excited to use this. This could change car camping for me, if it's as comfortable as they say it is. In fact, I'm tempted to skip cigar time and go straight to bed. I've got to have cigar time. I'm making a mess. Oh, that is nice. New Zealand wine, Esk Valley. Support New Zealand, they need it right now. They really do need your help. I'll talk about that though in cigar time. Can you believe how stressful? I mean, I'm sure you could tell how stressed I was setting up camp. In hindsight, although I couldn't. Actually, well, I didn't want... Is that fresh rain? Water? No, I think I just missed that bit. Oh my god, please don't leak. Okay. It's not, but I'm very nervous. Okay, what I should have done is put the tent right up against the truck so the awning covered this front bit. That was my original plan. But then people say, well, you're not testing to see if it's really waterproof. Is it waterproof? We don't know because you've got an awning over the half of it. So I really wanted to do it separately. And I thought, stupidly, I'll be able to roll this up halfway, blah, 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 it'd be fine, I can film through that. But obviously, because of that quality control item there, I can't do that. Now, I could move the truck. It would be easier to move the truck than move the tent. I could move the truck and bring it close so that the awning is over the front here, and then I could put you out there by the truck. And any rain from the awning would come onto the tent and then spill off the sides. I could do that. I could do that. It means going back out and getting wet. Just so that you've got the perfect shot. Oh my god, am I going to do it? It means what does it mean? I'd have to undo the wind. No, that's silly. I'm sort of. Oh, I wish I could do a poll right now saying should I do it, so I can open this all up and have the camera outside. That was good. Now I'm in a conundrum. Oh, why did I think that? Do I move the truck so it's right in front? If I do, here's the thing. If I do, I'm not filming it. It's impossible. Because it's absolutely chucking down there. And I can't get the camera wet. And I've taken all of the rigging off the camera, the umbrella and everything that keeps it dry. But it would mean I could do cigar time with the door open. Oh. But I cannot film it. I just can't. I'm having a nightmare. I'm going to do it. I mustn't get wet. Okay, I'm gonna do it. So what I'm gonna do, okay, here's how we're gonna do this. I cannot get the camera wet. So I will bring you back. I'm gonna back the truck up and then bring it forward, line it up so that I've got about a meter gap in front. Pardon me. What that should do is have the awning just hanging over the front of the tent up here. The water will come off the awning onto the tent and it will come down the sides. That shouldn't be a problem. But it will mean I can lift the front of the tent up and move the camera out and just suddenly feel a bit more free. Okay, so I've got to put my raincoat on. I've got to lift the poles up. I've got to take the wind deflector off because I can't have that on. Put that in the back of the truck. This is going to take me about 10 minutes to do, so I will bring you back when I'm done. Right, I have set it up. So now, here's my setup. Got Brucey out here, my camera, the tent, and without getting wet, because I don't want to get wet, here's the setup. As you can see, I've got the awning here, so it's covering the majority of this flat thing. I've got the front door attached to the truck. I'll obviously close that tonight because it's flipping cold. But this is the setup. Come on, did it well. This is what you can do when you have a truck awning. It gives you options. Bruce is actually playing in the shadows somewhere in the rain. He will not come in, honestly. And then this is my setup. All cozy. Well, it will be when I get Bruce's blanket on because it's freezing. There he goes. Brucey? Bruce? What are you doing? Come on, come here. Come here. What are you doing? Eh? You having fun? Oh, you're playing so much. Go on then, off you go. Off you go. Right, everyone. I'll bring you back on the big camera for cigar time. Oh. Well, I hope you can hear me. And I hope you can see me. It's cigar time. And you know what? It's freezing. Oh my God, it's cold. It's really, really cold. This is summer. Oh, yeah. I think it's now, it feels like it's about 5 degrees centigrade. It feels, considering it's summer, that is crazy. It's a good job I bought loads of gear. So this is Brucey's bed. This is his blanket that he'll be sleeping under tonight. It's a one tigress down blanket, and it just makes the world of difference. Just warms everything up. Now I could put a hot drink on as well as having my wine, and that will also heat things up in here, but it will also heat me up. So let me put the fire on. I need water. I didn't bring a heater. So the reason I didn't bring a heater is, well, it's summer. It seems a bit defeatist, you know, to have a heater in summer. Okay, we'll put the kettle on like that. Turn it down a bit. All right, a bit more wine. What am I going to have? My hot drink, I'm going to have a hot chocolate. I tell you what, I am much happier now. I am so happy now. Less stress. I hate sitting in a tent where you can't see out. Hate it, hate it, hate it.
To me, it defeats the object of being out camping. You want to be outdoors. Some people, I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers that film entirely in tents. Everything. So, each to their own. That's just not me. I'm not into that. I like to see out, even if it's colder that way, and it is cold. Whoo, it's cold. But this will all warm me up. Cigar time. Okay. I've got a Monte Cristo number 4. Oh, I need this. I need all this. Makes it all worthwhile. Now I'm fully vented, it doesn't matter about the smoke. This is the advantage of truck camping. Not even car camping, truck camping, because with a truck like mine, the height that it is, and actually I underestimated how tall this tent was. It is pretty tall. I'd guess it's about 6'5" at the front. So you need, you don't tend to have an awning. Oh yeah. You don't tend to have an awning on a car. Can't say I've ever seen one. It would be very low if you did. Whereas my truck is so high. My truck is, where the awning is it's easily 6'7", 6'8". Gosh, maybe it's 7 foot. Yeah, it's very high up. So the awning is actually higher than the tent. But this is working out really well. And to that corner where they've screwed up and not put the thing, I've actually wedged it under the pole. It might puncture a hole in it, I don't know. Let me turn the light. I don't know why this is so dark. Light was off. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm getting there. Okay. I can hear my kettle boiling already. The fire maple kettle is doing its job. Okay, now I'm happy. Now I'm really happy, but I've had to compromise a lot. I've had to come up with my own solutions. This tent alone wouldn't have done it. Whereas the Zempire tent, it has everything you need. You can buy extras for it as well, an awning out the front if you want it. But I'm disappointed with the quality control of this tent. It's also, it just doesn't, like the middle strap is too long. That doesn't line up. Ow, 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 ow. Hot. Oh. Ooh, I just burnt my bamboo table. Oops. I just put the kettle straight on it and it burnt the bamboo table. Oh well. Whatever. Consider it a rite of passage. Oh yeah, that's the varnish that burnt. These things happen. It's not their fault, it's my fault. I haven't really gone through the gear that I've got on this trip. I think I'll do that at breakfast. Because right now, I want to do cigar time and my cigar talk. So, if I look like I'm on a bit of a wonk, it's because the land is sloping that way a bit, which suits me, to be honest, because the water runs away. It doesn't pool. This is the spot that I might come to for winter camping here, snow, in the truck. I really want to do a snow camp in the truck. And you know what? I would try and use the Zempire tent. I think it could take the snow loading. I think it could, as long as it's not a meter of snow. I think if it's a few inches of snow, no problem. I tell you what, I'm so much happier now. So much happier. It lifts your spirits. I can't explain it. If you're camping and you're not happy and you've got some other options, just have a think about it. Have a think. What could make it better? What could make it more livable, more comfortable? And for me, it's opening up the tent. Opening it up because it's claustrophobic otherwise. I can look out. Okay, all I'm seeing behind the camera is the truck, but it's open. I'm not cocooned in here. And to me, that's important. So find a way, find a way to make it a happy experience, even in conditions like this. Because it is chucking down. Now this light keeps turning off. I don't know why. I think, oh, it's saying the battery's flat. Well, that's not good. It was full. Oh. There's a problem with these lamps. I've noticed the battery goes flat really quickly. Yeah. So, cigar time. Okay. I think there's a few things that I need to talk about. This is the first time you've ever watched one of my videos. Then you won't know that I do cigar time, where I have a cigar and I talk about topics that I find interesting. You might not, but I do. Okay, so where do we start? Oh yes, as always, thank yous. I want to say thank you to everyone who has bought us treats on buymeacoffee.com. The cigars, things like that, it all goes to that. All this gear that costs so much money, new tents, things like that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I won't stop trying new gear. And the treats really help. They really do. They make all the difference. Thank you to everyone who buy me a coffee. Thank you to everyone who's bought merch. Thank you to all our YouTube members. And thank you to all of the super thanks on comments. Thank you to all of you. And I also want to thank everyone who subscribed and likes the videos. People forget when they're watching, if they're watching on a TV or something, they forget to click up and find the thumbs up and click the thumbs up if they're enjoying it. If it's content that they're engaging with. If you're engaging with the content, then I think it's earned a thumbs up, not a thumbs down. Thumbs down is you're not engaged in it at all. Even if you disagree with what the person's talking about, you still give it a thumbs up for the engagement because you found it interesting, a debate. That's a thumbs up, okay? So all too often on YouTube videos, people give thumbs down just because they disagree with the person. But you're going to keep coming back and watching the person, so surely that's worth a thumbs up because it's content that you're enjoying watching, even if you disagree with it. Does that make sense? I hope so. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. But again, thank you everyone. Much appreciated. Oh yes, and don't forget to sign up for my mailing list so you get notification in advance of new videos, and also for the meet and greets. So you can sign up on... Wow. It's really coming down. So you can sign up on www.abcampingandoutdoors.com. And there's just a list. You just put your email address in there and that's it. Doesn't cost you anything. And I don't bombard anybody with spam, nothing like that. It's purely whenever I release a new video, and it will be about the meet and greets. The meet and greets are myself and Anne, my wife, and my son Brandon. We're going on holiday, and I'll meet people on holiday. I've decided to go around and just meet people where I am. So it'll be Singapore, UK, Spain, and US. And I'll let you know the locations closer to the time. But in the US, it's going to be New York, LA, and Vegas. It's just the route that we had to take to get the flights, and we know some people there. So if you sign up, you'll get notified. I can meet you one night at a bar and say hi. So this video will have a 3-week delay. Actually, there's rain coming in. Hold on. I need to fix this. Why is there rain coming in here? That can't be right. It's under the awning. Okay, it's not much. Tiny bit. A tiny bit of rain is just coming in this corner. I think the awning is just off on this side. But this side's fine. I can't see any rain, so... yeah, 3-week delay. So this video will come out, I think, mid-March. Yeah, mid-March, because I've just released a video. So this one will come out mid-March. So anything I say here, anything could change. Anything could change. It's not predictions or anything else, you know. I just don't know what could happen. So whatever I talk about now, it'll be interesting to see what happens when this video comes out. Yeah. So don't hold me to anything, because the things I discuss will change. But I'm not going to edit the video just because it comes out later. Formula One testing starts this weekend. And I've got a prediction. I think Mercedes is in trouble again. Are they in as much trouble as they were last year? Probably not. But I think they're in trouble, unfortunately. I don't think the Mercedes is working properly. Am I pooling here? Yep. I don't think the Mercedes is functioning again. So I don't know. Just from what people said on the press day, there was something wrong. So let's see. We just had our birthday weekend special, myself and Brandon, in Auckland. Thank you for everyone who gave us birthday wishes and everyone who liked the pictures of myself and Brandon. He turned 18 and our birthdays are very close. So we hit the town together and we had a great night. Brandon, we went with my nephew Luke, and Brandon swore he would never drink alcohol again. He was a bit green in the morning, I have to say. All right, Brucey. Do you want more water? I can give you more. Hang on. Brucey needs more water. Hang on, Brucey. Oh. There you go. I don't know if you can see Bruce, he's just here at the front. No, there's no food. Oh no. Why do dogs do that? Why do they shake right there? Oh, it's freezing. God, I might have to put my jacket on. It's so cold. No, I need my hot drink. That's what I need. Hot drink for the win. On a night like this, make sure you have a pee bottle. You don't want to be walking outside dealing with whatever it is you've got to deal with. So sit rep is, it's chucking down, the wind is howling and it's freezing cold. But this is a pretty typical camping with Tony. I do hope this thing doesn't leak tonight, I really do. It would just ruin it. Having to get up in the middle of the night and sort all that out and get in the top tent, open it up, and it would be freezing in there. Ugh. What else has happened? The YouTube, now this might not mean much to you, but the CEO of YouTube just resigned. And it's suspicious timing because Congress is about to or has subpoenaed the heads of certain tech companies, which includes YouTube. So Susan, I can't say her last name, I don't know what it is. Wojcinski, something like that. She suddenly announced her retirement.
which is very strange. I'm gonna have to keep doing that because I'm pooling. Yeah, her timing is really weird. So is she resigned so she can't get subpoenaed? So I don't know how that works. But yeah, very weird timing. So does that mean that there's been censorship on YouTube? Of course there has. Of course. I mean, it was so blatant. It's just so obvious there was censorship on YouTube. Is there now? Yeah, I still think there is. It's still very shady what goes on with those algorithms and who gets promoted, who gets pushed, who doesn't. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what Congress comes up with, this committee, to see who's been up to what. But yeah, I'm very skeptical about what's been going on with YouTube. Because certain channels just do not get pushed. Even if you turn on notifications, you just don't see a notification for their videos. And it's a bit weird to me, it is. So, I was talking earlier about the fact I had to stop and fix an issue with the truck. So, the last time I camped on this hill, this mountain I should say, 1,300 meters back there where I camped, I said goodbye to you all after the drone footage and I shot off down the hill. 5 minutes later, I lost my brakes. Gone. There was hardly anything there. My foot was going straight to the floor. Full on brake fade. So I pulled over. I should have filmed it, but I didn't. And after about 30 seconds, smoke was pouring from the front wheels. And the brakes were just totally overwhelmed. They were standard 4-pot brakes. And for this truck, and 16-inch wheels, but total 33-inch, 32.5-inch tires. So there wasn't enough air getting to them and it was just overwhelming the brakes. It was just too much. Now I pushed this truck very, very hard. I put it through all sorts of really nasty conditions that are more you'd find on a sort of a big SUV that's designed for off-roading, not a truck like this. I do river crossings, all sorts, and a lot of mountain stuff. So they just couldn't keep up. And then I started smelling burning rubber because the tires had got so hot because it's 16-inch wheels. So the tire was so close. The wheel was so close to the brakes that they were getting super hot and smoke was pouring off. So I quickly jumped back in the truck, drove off and used the gears for braking. And I eventually got my brakes back and it cooled down and it was fine. So I went to the guys who service the truck and put all the different parts on for Ironman parts and stuff like that. And I said, I need big brakes. So we've gone with these massive, I don't know what they are, Hulk 4x4 6-pot big brake kit on the front. They're huge. And boy, oh boy, you put your foot on these now and wow, it makes a big difference. But it stops the brake fade, eliminates the brake fade because it's using less of the brakes to stop. They're just better for it. But they don't fit 16-inch wheels. And 18-inch wheels are the bare minimum. So I've gone for 20-inch wheels and 33-inch Maxxis tires, which are bigger than what they were before. And they didn't fit in the truck properly. Rubbing everywhere on the fronts. So they did a lot of work. The guys at in Blenheim in Marlborough. A shout out to Matt, Coyd and the guys there who managed to get the truck out to me for tonight in record time. They had to do all sorts of work to make the tires fit. Unfortunately, there was still an issue and I said, okay, I'll risk it tonight just to get up here. So unfortunately, the first big corner I took was a compression and bang, it hit that steel and the wheel hit the liner, which is steel, sort of like armor plating, and bent it, and it was rubbing against the wheel. I said, oh my God, what am I going to do? Do I bang it back into shape? It's still going to hit it again. So no, so I carry a full toolkit in the back, including impact driver, cordless impact driver, everything, the works. So
it took me no time to take the armor plating steel plates. I'll show you in the morning and where it's bent, to take those off the front underneath that was hitting the tire. So I removed those, chucked them in the back and got them underway. If I hadn't had that, I don't know what I would have done because it was jammed. Yeah. Absolutely jammed. I mean, I could have hit them with the hammer, but what if I didn't have a hammer with me? And also, it would just do it again. I'd have had to cancel the trip. Because the ruts and the compressions and the potholes and everything else just got deeper and deeper. So it would have just carried on happening. Anyway, that's what I had to do. That's what I got done. And then I just had to fix it on the road. So you've got to be prepared when you're coming out to do things like this in some remote places that sometimes your vehicle might have a problem, and you just got to hope you've got the tools to fix them. So I've got a whole array of tools in the back. Chainsaw for, fallen trees. All of my battery powered tools. I can remove wheels, all sorts of stuff. Impact drivers, the works. Saw, grinder, everything. So cut off wheel. Because you just don't know what's going to happen. And when you've got no signal, you can't just call the AA and get them out to come and help you. You've got to fix it yourself. Or it's a long walk. Anyway, I got it done. So there you go. That was the drama that I had. I didn't film it because, well, look at the weather. I had to get here. Here we go again. Heavier. Yeah, 10 p.m. it was meant to be at its heaviest, which is about now. It's 10:30 now. I got some questions about the markets and the economy and what do I think is going to happen. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen is the truth. Doesn't look good though. Inflation is still crap. Interest rates still going up. Well, here in New Zealand they are. People still short of money and still suffering. And stocks are all over the place. Skyrocketing, plummeting, skyrocketing, plummeting. Wow. I think that's actually the loudest, the heaviest it's been. I'm glad I moved it. I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I put that out there. I'm glad I moved the truck. It was worth the effort. I should have done it at the beginning. It was stupid not to. But I was so stressed trying to get it all ready and get it in and video the content. I think if I didn't have to film for YouTube, I could have taken my time. Actually, if I wasn't filming for YouTube and I was just camping, because I've got the rooftop tent, I might have saw the conditions, just said, you know what? I'm going straight in the rooftop tent. I'm not even going to bother trying with this tent. That's the truth. I would have gone in the rooftop tent. I would have put Bruce. I'd have let him play for a while. Then I would have put him in the truck. He would have been so dry. It's it's a big space in the back of the truck there. Big space, carpeted, sealed, insulated. It's got ventilation. He would have been dry. He would have been fine. I would have been in the rooftop tent, in the sleeping bag, not budging. Not much fun. So I'm glad I did do it. Right, so that leads me to the last thing. So in New Zealand, Cyclone Gabriel hit 9 days ago. The far north of New Zealand, it got it really bad. And when I say bad, I mean rivers bursting banks to the point where silt that was coming out of the rivers, around the houses, there's silt up to the ceiling. Just thick silt up to the ceiling. People were having to punch holes through their roof, not the ceiling, the roof, to get out on top of the roof to get helicopter rescue, because that's how high the water was. What is that? 8 feet deep? And you're talking about torrent. Wild torrent. It was sweeping everything away. Houses, cars, it was like a tsunami. It was a bad cyclone. And New Zealand is not ready for these things at all. It wasn't the wind, it was just the sheer quantity of rain. They've never seen anything like it, anything. And they're struggling even now to recover. It's still a mess. It's still a mess. I don't know, it's going to take months and months to fix it, maybe years. Should they be living there in those spots by those rivers? Probably not anymore. They probably should leave, and no one should be allowed to live there anymore. But New Zealand is struggling. It needs your help. If you can help, find a way to help. But it was really bad. We didn't get hit hard at all. We got quite a bit of rain, but we're used to rain, as you can see and hear. But they just got absolutely decimated. I mean, it was really bad. Look it up. Look up some of the footage on New Zealand, Cyclone Gabriel, and look at the damage that it did on the far north. So many roads are wiped out. So many communities cut off. No power. Haven't had power since then. Can't get food. No water. Yeah, it's a mess. New Zealand is not a rich country. It's a very poor country, really, relatively. Because it's got a very small tax revenue base. It's only got 4 and a bit million people. For a country the size of, bigger than the UK, that's not a lot of revenue coming in. For a very large area with a lot of roads, yeah, it's pretty bad. I was really shocked. And I really feel for them. I mean, we've had damage, we've had extensive damage to our property, but our lives weren't threatened. So I think at this current moment, there's something, at this point, I think there's 12 dead, and there's still 2,000 people unaccounted for. They will turn up, but some won't. People reporting seeing bodies just washing away. So there's still a lot more deaths. So yeah, prayers for New Zealand. See what you can do to help. But it took it hard. It took it really hard. And it's a shame to end it on that, but that's the most important thing right now. I mean, it's all relative. Obviously, you've got Turkey and Syria in a terrible state with the earthquakes. You've got Ohio. Where is it? Palestine? With the train derailment and then the controlled burn, and people are so ill, so sick, and it doesn't seem like anyone's actually helping them. So there's a lot of issues globally, but I'm in New Zealand and this is what's a priority here. And these communities need help. So yeah, it's grim up there. All right, everyone, I'm going to finish my cigar. I'm going to try and chill out a bit more and listen to this rain. And I'll bring you back for bedtime. Thanks again, everyone, for coming. Much appreciated. I'm sorry the film quality hasn't been great. You know, the rain was coming in sideways earlier. It was all over the lens, all over the camera. Everything's got to be dried out. It's a mess. This is storm camping. I don't recommend it at all. I wouldn't do it if I didn't have the backup of all of the stuff on the truck. I mean, if this tent blew away, I can still get in the truck. I'll still be fine. So it's not that big a deal. But I don't recommend it.
All right, everyone, I'll bring you back for bedtime. What'd you do? Hey, Brucey. Hey, what you doing? Okay, welcome back everybody to bedtime. Right, so I need to set my bed up. He said this is called the Zen Bivy Moto Bed. So comes in this nice, what looks like waterproof sack. Okay, so it's difficult for me to show you just on this GoPro, but you'll get the idea. So it's all in one, except the pillow. Everything is included. Okay, this side. Sorry, Brucey. Right, so there's a pillow holder here. Actually, it comes with this pillow holder. So let's inflate the pillow a bit. I guess the idea is that it's a more comfy pillowcase. I hope you can hear me. It's absolutely chucking down. Right, so this tucks under this little flap in here. Okay? This is your sleeping bag. It's all attached. This is the pad. There is literally nothing else. You cinch the end up to seal it if you want to keep it insulated. As I say, it's good down to 35, I think it is. So down to 1 degree centigrade, which it's very close to now. And look, it's got wings on the side. So these are zipped on. So the whole sort of sleeping bag, quilt, like this, your feet are going in here. It is a quilt, but it means you can turn over, you don't get any drafts down the side. It's on this pad, so you can inflate the pad. So I'll use my Flextail Gear pump to do that. Okay, let's see how long this takes. It shouldn't take long because I don't need to put that much air in it to make it comfy. I mean, it's foam insulated and everything already, but you're just sort of giving it a bit more cushion. I think this is more to do if you're sleeping on the floor, to be honest. I don't know. You don't want to fill it up too much. And this was very difficult to get hold of, this thing. So this is extra large. Still got wide shoulders. Need that space to turn over. Oh, there's a moth on the camera, on the GoPro. Okay, it looks like it's done. Yeah, that's done. Okay. It's a one-way valve. Okay, closed. And that is it. So you can unzip one side or two sides, whatever you want to do, because you can take this off completely. Make it easier to get into. Got your sheet. You're all set. Okay, I'll bring you back when I've gone into bed. Well, let me just adjust this down. I'm in bed, and yeah, it's comfy. To be honest, I could sleep on the floor with this thing. The base, this is so thick that I don't need the bed to be on. But I like being a bit higher anyway, and I'm the same level as Bruce here. I've got it fully cinched up, my sleeping bag. It's attached. So what I was talking about with these zips, it's attached on the side here. So no draft gets in from the side with these wings, because these wings are sort of, all of this material is inside. There's a couple of loops here. I have no idea what they're meant to connect to. I don't know. I haven't found any toggles for them to connect to at all. So maybe they're for a different model. Maybe I'll find the toggle at some point. I keep looking around, but yeah, I just can't find them. Maybe someone from Zenbivi or someone in the know can tell me where's the toggle on the moto bed for these loops, because I just can't see what they're meant to connect to. And I can understand the concept of having them because they would completely secure you. It does feel warm. It is cozy. Definitely cozy. You see Brucey here? Brucey. Hello, my lovely. Hello. So he's under his duvet. He doesn't need it, but it is cold. And he'll be happier under it. He's got to preen for quite a while. Okay, so the bed, yeah, so far comfy. We'll see what it's like through the night, see if I'm warm enough, see if it lives up to the temperature rating it says it is. It's synthetic, it's not down, this motor bed. I'm always dubious of synthetic ratings, but hey, we'll see. It also means that it works if it's wet. As for the tent, I can't see any leaking. So the moisture I saw there before was from when I set it up. and I got it wet inside. But definitely there's no moisture now. I've got the door closed, I've got the outer door closed, the inner door closed. It is cold, I'll tell you that. It is properly cold for summer. For a car camp, this is cold. Yeah, this feels like coming up to winter, which is crazy, but that's New Zealand for you. You just don't know what you're gonna get. Oh, I'm comfy. He's on his bed, so he's comfy. Look at him, cleaning away. He's having a nice break from Bruno, because Bruno is... Where's Bruno? Where's Bruno? He knows what that means. He knows who Bruno is. Bruno is in his face, so Bruno is our puppy. And Bruno is in his face just constantly. He loves him so much. But Bruce needs a break from him occasionally, because Bruno just follows him everywhere. Should we take your collar off, Brucey? Hmm? Oh, mind out. What's this? Oh, it's your foot. Hold on. Let's take your collar off. You don't want to sleep with that on. Yeah, Bruno just loves him so much. Kissing him all the time. And Bruno hates it. Really hates it. If there's one way to annoy... Sorry, Bruce. Yeah, if there's one way to annoy Bruce, it's get in his face. It really bugs him. He's going to be bone dry in the morning under this. I guarantee it. It's going to be warm all night. I'll cover his face later, and he'll just curl up under here. So, the tent. Yeah, it's pretty claustrophobic. It's not the Zempire, that's for sure, but it is a smaller tent. I'll have to say that, it is smaller, but I'm touching the ceiling here like this. You can't stand up in here in the bedroom. Can you stand up in the Zempire? I can't remember, I don't think you can, but it's higher than this. This has got all that blackout material. It is quite claustrophobic, I have to say. It's pretty claustrophobic in here. But it's dry and it's warm compared to being outside, where it's still chucking with rain. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up. I think this is going to go on till morning, early morning, because I'm hoping for a dry morning. It's been a great night once I got the wine down me. Stress levels were very high. I have to say, stress levels were very high. Let me bring you a bit closer. There you go. Oh, I really... And everything was going wrong. I forgot to turn the receiver on the audio. I don't know if that's even recorded to the emergency channel. I hope it has, because then I've got to add that to the video footage. So excuse the audio quality if it's not great, but just nothing was going right because I was flustered. Because I rocked up here in a flipping gale. In a gale with rain. It was bad. It's bad now. All right, everybody. Look at him. He's such a softie. He's softie, really. It's just Bruno gets all the attention now because he's a puppy. So he loves coming camping because it's all about him. Don't you, Brucey? Hmm? All right, everybody. Unless something catastrophic happens in the middle of the night, I'll see you in the morning. Night, Brucey. Oh.
Morning, Brucey. Morning. Oh, stretch. Morning. Oh, you're lovely and warm and dry. Morning, everybody. He's been under that. I put this on him last night. He's been buried under it all night. Hello, don't fall off. Oh, listen to it. It did stop for a while in the middle of the night. Now it's just chucking down again. No leaking, which is good news. Well, not that I can see any leaking anyway. Oh, tiny little bit of pooling up here, but nothing, like teeny tiny. But I can hear huge amounts of water coming off of the awning, the car awning, the truck awning. So there must be pooling going on the awning, and it just fills to a point, and then it just sort of sinks, and then comes crashing down. I've heard that 3 times now. So there must be a lot of water out there. It did chuck down. And it's chucking down now, isn't it, Brucey? All right, I've got to get him up. Well, I've got to get up. He's up already. I've got to get up, sort the awning out. That's right, we yawn at the same time. Sorry. And get coffees on. Urgently need a coffee. All right, let's do this. Oh, and I forgot to mention the bed. Lie down, Brucey. Lie down on your bed. Come on. Thank you. On your bed. The bed. Wow. Yep. So comfy. I got a bit hot last night, so I just had to open it up a bit. And then, in the middle of the night, the temperature really dropped. I don't know, 3 degrees centigrade out there, something like that. Close to this bag's limit, but so I got cold because I had undone it. So then I did it all back up again, tucked it in, and oh man, it's so comfy. Really comfy. I've got to say, this could change the way I car camp, because having the security and the comfort of this mattress with the sheet, and just the fact that no drafts can get you to it at all because of the way this zips up with these wings, this Zenbivy, all this material, and look at this flap here, it all surrounds you. But because it's extra large, I've got so much room to turn around. Look, it's huge, look at this. But you don't get cold. So, a win for Zenbivy. Okay, I'll bring you back upside. Right. Brucey's gonna jump over my bed. Come on then, Brucey. So there is condensation. Not too bad though. Oh, sorry, Bruce. But there's no leaking, which is important. Hey, Bruce, hang on, wait. Come on then. All right, let's see what the damage is out here. Oh yeah. So it's pooling here. Oh, there it goes. And look, there's loads of water here. Okay. Oh, but look at the view. See the mountain in the background? And there's actually a bit of blue sky up there, even though it's chucking down a rain, Brucey. Okay, he just wants one thing, and that's his breakfast. So what I'll do is maybe... The rest of the tarp is fine. The awning. Oh man, it's cold. It's draining nicely here. Look at that. It's draining well. Oh, look at the view. This is why I wanted to come up here again. Oh, just beautiful. Right, so I've got this pole at an angle just to keep the road clear. Hey, it didn't leak, but I'll tell you what, these tubes are very flimsy compared to the Zempire. It's they're nowhere near as rigid. Okay, let me fix the awning, adjust it a bit, and then I'll come back to you. I can make some space now. Now you're going to see Brucey wagging his tail a lot because he wants his breakfast. Oh, I had a great night's sleep. Really good night's sleep. Okay. We'll give Bruce his breakfast. Hang on, Brucey. Just wait. Be patient. I know it's impossible for you. Out, Bruce, out. I don't want you shaking in here. Oh, he's hopping and everything. So here's the thing, Bruce. I don't know what I've done with your breakfast. Hang on. Okay. So I fixed the awning just by lifting it up even more so all the water goes towards the truck. So before it was spilling over onto the front of the tent. There must have been a huge volume because it was so loud. I feel so much better now, I tell you. Now that I've got this sorted and I can see everything, the whole setup feels better. I still don't like the fact that I can't stand up in here. My head's touching the ceiling everywhere. And there is condensation. Well, it's an Oz tent, of course there's condensation. And you can't open any of these panels in the rain at all. There's just no chance because of the angle of the tent. All the water comes gushing in. There you go, Brucey. There you go. So, yeah. Right, let's get the kettle on. Oh, I can't get over how cold it is. And we're towards the end of summer. Whoa. But the fact that it's so cold. So this was a southerly storm, the opposite to what New Zealand got hit with, which was the Cyclone, which came from the north. This came from the south. So it's an Arctic blast. Coffee. For coffee this morning I've got an Avalanche. It's a New Zealand company latte. Is that nice, Brucey? Good, nice breakfast. Oh. Now the trouble is, my jacket keeps getting wet, and then my jeans are getting wet. So I might have to use, if I get really cold, I might have to use Brucey's bed blanket. Do you want water now? Hmm? You want water? There you go.
So it's cold, so these gas canisters don't work as well in the cold, but this heater has a feature where it has a ring that, so it's, as long as you can get that ring hot, it comes back and it heats the canister. It's not like a preheat or a heating tube, but it does seem to do the trick. So we'll see. But you'll have seen, if I don't know if you can see from this angle, the flame has gone down quite a bit. It's not making as much noise. That's just because the canister's got cold. So I'm hoping this little heating mechanism trick works, where the metal comes under and warms up the gas. Wow, you'll probably see before I do when the cloud's clear, because you can see out on the camera. But this is a lovely spot. I'm surrounded by trees. It's sheltered. We really didn't get that much wind up here. But what I came through, the wind was vicious, really just howling. So as I was driving along, I was just looking for any spot that had the clearing where the trees were barely moving. And that was this spot here. So the bed, the sleep system, the Zembivvy, excellent. Yeah, that's definitely a win. It just, I can't explain it. Think of your duvet at home, your quilt at home, but think if that didn't move when you turned over. You didn't have to readjust it or anything. It's just zipped up to the side of you, but plenty of room. But it's only half zipped, just up near your shoulders. So the rest of it can move around. So it stays in place. It's that. It is camping with your bed from home. It's that comfy. The mattress was comfortable. Yeah, it's all superb. I just can't believe how well I slept. The tent. My report on the tent. You see, I've got a comparison, which is the Zembivvy. Not Zembivvy, Zempire. And I think if I compare them like for like in terms of quality, Zempire definitely is better quality. Definitely. It's also very expensive, but this is very expensive as well. This tent is very expensive. But the air temp poles are nowhere near as strong as the Zempire. Nowhere near as strong. Nowhere near as rigid. I don't know how Zempire do it, but they're much better. This is all a very tight fit. It's just so difficult. Like doing the zip up in this inner, it stops here because it's just so tight. So the tolerances are insane. Like there's a piece of Velcro looping here and I don't know what it's for. No idea. Just one random piece of Velcro. There's nowhere else is there a piece. Yeah, there isn't. So one random piece of Velcro here. What is that? I don't know. I don't know. Zempire comes with a kit in case the tent leaks, in case you get a leak in one of the pipes. This doesn't. This awning is next to useless because the rain comes in at the sides, look. So this is getting soaking wet here. The floor. Because of the angle of the tent. The way the tent's designed. Rain is just blowing in from the side there. Now something just splashed on me. It's not the light. It could have just been condensation.
pooling now. Oh, you see, look, it just comes in. So, oh, it is dripping on me. There. What? Where's that coming from? I mean, I've actually got running water on my hand here. Oh, here we go. Is the seam giving way? Or is that just condensation? I think the seam isn't taped properly. It's just off to one side slightly. Here. Let me wipe it and see if I get dripped on again. But that could just be condensation because I've disturbed it so much. Wait. What? Oh, it's condensation. Okay, it is. Wow, there's a lot of condensation when I do this. Good Lord. This is going to be sopping. Hang on, I've got to deal with this condensation problem. It's because I've had the kettle on. Wow, it's literally raining in here. Oh, this reminds me of the other Oz tent. The RV3. That had the same thing. It was literally raining inside. Wow, that's... I mean, if you can't use the tent, if you can't do basic functions in a tent, then because you can't have a kettle or anything like that, because you're going to get dripped on, then what's the point? Crazy. I think this tent's a bit of a fail. It works. It probably, for good weather, it might be okay, but I mean the fact that there's still two pieces missing, and that has, Bruce, out of there, has to go back to the factory to be fixed. Because this requires a whole tensioner strap on it that's not there. There's a loop missing up here. You know, they've got to fix that at the factory. These are not common parts, these tension straps. And it needs reinforcing as well, so that needs its reinforcement. Again, I'm pinning that open with the pole. And yeah, getting rained on. So the design means you get rained on because you can't vent it properly. Because these windows, I mean, everything is sopping wet in here from condensation. But I mean, it is raining. Look, on a wet night and day like this, it's very difficult to stop condensation. It really is. So it's more to do with that, I'm sure. Just that the ground is soaked, everything is soaked. I think these are really designed for Australian conditions. Lots of dry weather, sunny, everything dries out really quickly. You know, probably not chucking with rain like here, freezing cold. But I push this gear because you never know what condition you might get. Majority of people do not go camping in these conditions, so I guess it's fine for that then. But you're still going to have a problem when it's faulty and this piece is missing. And if there's 4 of you in here, good luck with condensation then. Now, I did want the rain to stop so I could go for a bit of a walk and have a bit of a film. But we'll have to see. So what I'll do is, I'm going to chill, have my coffee. And if it stops raining, I'll bring you back. If it carries on raining, then I'll bring you back for breakfast.
Right, so what I've got this morning, I've got bacon and I've got pancakes. So I'll do the bacon first. Whew. Should we just chuck the whole lot on? Yeah, because Bruce always gets a little bit of bacon as well. So this Gerber set that I've been using comes with all these little tools. It's quite handy. Oh, come on. Antibacterial wet wipes, but get the flushable ones. Yeah, this Gerber set I'm liking. It's not perfect, but it's very useful for camping, lightweight camping anyway. Okay. Right, let's mix up our pancake mix. Now somewhere I've got a bottle of water. Ah, look who's back. Funny that, I've got the bacon on, now he's back. So again, I'm using my buttermilk pancake mix. So I hope you can hear me okay. I'm back on the normal microphone here, not on the wireless mic. Just because I want you to pick up the ambient sounds more, and the big microphone I think does a better job of that. But I tell you what, it saved me that DJI mic yesterday by recording the audio because I forgot to turn it on the camera. Alright, pancake mix is done. Bacon going everywhere. So much fat on this bacon. I know a lot of you are going to want the mandatory bacon close-up, which I will do. Don't worry. Got to have bacon in the intro. So you can't see him, but he's lying right under the camera, waiting for his bacon. I didn't finish the bottle of wine. Look at that, I was a good boy. I had just over half of it. Hi Brucey, what you doing? Yes, you'll get a piece. So he's a clever boy. He knows what this means. Right, I've got this turned right down now. Cooking on the gas stove here, oh, so much better than cooking on the alcohol stove. So we're going to fill up with condensation again. Even though I've got all the doors open, there's a breeze. Because just the way this tent is set up, I can't open this vent. Because obviously the top is overhanging, just the design of the tent. If I open it, then water comes in. See, it's full of water from this mesh. There's no shelf. You can't, there's just no way to do it. So the water is going to come in. I don't know, they need to think about that and see how to do venting just to get some airflow. Same on every side. All the window vents are exactly the same. They're all angled so you can't do anything about it. It's a shame. There should be a better way to do this. Yeah, so much condensation. I'm taking a little bit longer with this. I've turned the gas right down because I don't want a whole load of bacon explosions and fat flying everywhere. And there's a lot of fat. Again, I don't recommend you do this cooking in a tent unless you've got no choice, especially something like this with all this bacon fat that could catch fire if you tip it over. Just be extra careful, have a really good surface to have it on if you're going to do it. But again, I would do it outside of the tent, under the awning. So it's a question of do as I say, not as I do. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, let me just check everything is working, sound is working. Yeah, okay, good. Bacon is ready. It's going to be crispy. Let me turn the heat off. Can you see him sitting here waiting for his bit? So he gets his when I have mine, so he's just going to have to be patient now. Now I need to pour this fat out as far away as I can so you can't get to it. And there is a lot of fat. So let me just go and pour this out. No, Bruce. Leave it. Good boy. Alright, now let's get the pancake on. So excited. So we're going to go big pancake, as usual. Super big. Alright, so we'll put that on simmer. We're good to go. Right, maple syrup. Where's my maple syrup? Here it is, got it. So again, I learned that you should heat the maple syrup up in the pan, then pour it on everything. It was one of my viewers said that. You're such a good boy, Brucey. You could probably just make out the top of his head here. Sit, Bruce, you're wet. Sit down, good boy. Wet dog. Okay. So for this I'm going to use the bigger spatula for my flip. Okay, out Bruce, I can't do this with you sitting here. Come on, out, 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 out. Come on, out, mind the camera. Good boy. Come on, out a bit more. It's just, he knows the bacon is there. He is not budging. Okay, so I'm going to wait for the bubbles to come up. I've got this on very low, so it shouldn't burn. Oh, I tell you what, car camping comfort compared to wild camping, compromises, all those sorts of things, it's just night and day difference. Even in a bit of a malfunctioning tent with condensation and bits missing, and I can't fully stand up, it's still better than what you get. There's a saying here, you know, we have these backcountry huts, so these shelters that you stay in, that the worst hut is better than the best tent when you're wild camping. Because in bad weather, you don't want to be in a tent. It's just, you know, cramped, cold, grim, condensation, the works. Whereas in a hut, it could be all of those as well, but you're dry, space to hang things out, much better. So that's what a car camping tent is like compared to a wild camping tent. Here comes the flip. Focus. Yep, nailed it. Makes up for my last botched one. You just can't see him, but he's giving me the eye down here. Like, stop yapping to the camera and just give me my bacon. It's very demanding. Now what if I pour the maple syrup on while the pancake is in there? Does that work? I think it should, right? I think that will work. Let me try it. And then just transfer the whole lot into my plate. Let's have a try. I mean, what's the worst that happens? What happens to maple syrup when it goes in a pan? It'll turn into sugar again? Crystallize? I don't know. I mean, I've got it on really low. Alright, right, let's give Brucey his bacon. Hang on, Bruce. It's crispy. Okay. So he's going to wolf this down. Right, pancake's done. Let's transfer all this syrup onto the bacon and fold the pancake over. Oh yes! And there we have, beautiful, if you can see it, bacon, pancake, maple syrup. What's not to love? Alright, let's give Brucey his. I mean, you know what? I'm going to eat it out here. Ah, this works. Ah, this is much better. And now I've got the view out. Sun shining in the distance on the hills. Perfect. That bacon will last seconds, honestly. Bon appetit, everybody. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah. That was worth it. That was worth last night. That was worth the stress of last night. Where did that come from? A whole load of water just fell from somewhere on here. Oh, why did I do that? Condensation. It is difficult. It is difficult on a very rainy day. You will get condensation. I know there'll be like 1 or 2 comments saying I've done something wrong, or try this, or there's a special adapter, or use a dehumidifier, or something. Honestly, ask anyone that camps a lot in these sorts of conditions and they'll tell you nothing works. Nothing. If there was an answer to it, if there was a solution, then we wouldn't still be doing this over how many years people have been camping for and having to deal with condensation. There is no solution. You can minimize it, mitigate it with ground sheets and whatever, venting, but you're still going to get it just like this one. When it's raining. When it's dry, well, that mainly comes down to the quality of the tent and the ventilation, whisking that moisture away. Bruce has gone to look for where I threw the fat. He's digging around in the grass over there, trying to see where I put it. Bruce, leave it. Good boy, come on. There's no more bacon in there. No. I really hate it when dogs beg, because their owners let them beg. So, because their owners let them beg, it means whenever you go to visit their house or wherever and you start eating food, they come up to you and they just sit there and they stare at you wanting food. It's so irritating. You've got to remember, they're still dogs. They're not people. And you still got to have some discipline. If you have children, you wouldn't let your children just sit there looking at you saying, I want some more, I want more of your food, I want your food, I want your food. Well, it's the same with dogs. You don't give them what they want. So at home, Bruce is the last in the door. Well, now Bruno is. Bruce goes first. But we go into the door first, into the home, then Bruce comes in, then Bruno comes in, because they've got to learn their place in the pecking order. It's really important for Border Collies, this breed, to learn where they are in the pecking order. Really important. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then watch the film Babe and you'll see what I mean. Strict hierarchies with them. And Bruno knows his place with Bruce and yields to him all the time. He just knows. He'll get bitten. They are fascinating. I've had golden retrievers before and you didn't have this issue with them. There was no hierarchy, they were just normal dogs, but Border Collies are very, very unique. And please don't rush out and get one unless you can handle it. They take a lot of work, a lot of training. And they've got to be with you all the time. I mean, they're with us all the time. We're going on holiday and we've got sitters for them. But they know them. Otherwise we wouldn't do it. That was superb. And I tell you what, the difference in temperature sitting out here to sitting in the tent, incredible. It's freezing out here. I need the sun to come out. So the rain has almost stopped. Sun is trying to peep out now. I'm gonna have one more coffee and then I will bring you back to show you the damage that I did yesterday and what the new setup and what I've had to do to the truck just to fit these gigantic wheels. So I'll bring you back. Welcome back everybody. Well, it stopped raining. And I've just set up the Starlink. So I now have signal. Got that plugged into the truck. But look at this. This is why. This is why I come 2 hours up a mountain in a storm. I come for this. Look how beautiful this just wild forest is. Look at where I am. Come on. There's the sun just trying to peek out. There's beautiful pines, conifers, all sorts. And that view. So there's a lake down there that you would have seen last time. Everything held up well, I guess. The setup in the daylight so you can see it clearly. Oh wow, look at all that water. I better deal with that. Can you see it up there? It's a big bulge. Alright, let's do it slowly. Try not to get it on the camera. There we go. Okay, that worked. So this is what oh look, there's pooling. See? Look at that. Now I don't know if eventually that would work its way into the tent. I don't know. Look, it's an interesting concept. An interesting design. I don't know why they had to slope it down so much at the back. I would rather have been able to stand up everywhere in there. It's just made it a bit too small, to be honest, for a 4-person tent. No. It's cozy, like that. But again, I've had to compromise. I could only do this because I've got the truck and I've got the big awning. Otherwise, just no. It shouldn't really. I just can't recommend that design. No, plus it's faulty. Bruce, shall we go for a walk? Here he is. Come on then. Let's have a look around this corner. I could send the drone up. I just keep getting mesmerized by the view.
Hardly anyone comes up here. A lot of goats, some deer. I mean, you might see goats up there on that scree. It's a little bit creepy when you get into the woods. But what a spot. Can you imagine this in winter? Covered in snow. The drive up would be pretty scary, but you don't want to go over the side because it's a sheer drop. Oh, I'm not walking all the way up there, Brucey. It's a long way. Just keeps going and going and going. Come on. Come on, go, 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 go. Not bad for 11 years old. You still got it, Brucey. Healthy dog. So, I'm happy again. Oh, I was so stressed last night trying to get that set up in that weather. And everything was going wrong. You know, because it's not just camping, it's YouTubing. It's filming the experience and making it so you can see it. You're constantly thinking of that. So it just adds that stress factor. But look what the end result is. Just beautiful. No one around. So let me show you what I'm talking about with the damage. So, got these bigger wheels, much bigger brakes. I mean, huge compared to stock brakes. Don't know if you can see in there. These Hulk 6-pot big brakes. These are 20-inch wheels. These are 33-inch tires. Anyway, when you turn, this was hitting everything in the original. So they had to pull everything off, change the bull bar to this Iron Man bull bar, move my winch, because this bull bar gives you more space. As you can see, there's a gap there. I don't know if you can see. There's a gap there, so your tires don't rub. Iron Man, this is a beast. But what happened was, last night as I was coming in, there's a plate, an armoured plate that goes under here, covers all of this gear, protects it all, and the wheel caught it and bent it immediately. It got jammed in the wheel. So I had to get out of the truck, and there was no other way to do this. Just move my cup. Bruce, what are you doing? There was no other way. Oh, and there's my wet wind part from the top. Hang on. This is my peg kit. It's all soaking wet as well. I'm sure this is fascinating footage. So I had to pull them off. So here's the panel, all bent. You can see, look at that. So it got caught in the wheel guard. Well, it got caught in the wheel. So this goes like that. And it connects under here. And it got caught in the wheel, and the wheel yanked it and bent it. So both sides it did that. Well, I managed to get to the other side before it got damaged. So I had to use my impact driver. So I always carry a full set of tools and chainsaw and stuff. So my DeWalt impact driver, and I've got all the parts. Lots of stuff in there to help fix things, and I had to dismantle both of those. It took me 30 seconds to take them both off, just so I could get going again. And now you've got all that clearance. So I don't know what they're going to do. I guess the boys at the garage are going to have to figure something out, or Iron Man will figure something out. The tolerances are tiny, just because of the size of the wheels. You can see there's not much tolerance here either to the back, but that doesn't matter because you're not turning the rear wheels. And you can see the rear brakes are changed. They should be drum brakes, and they're now disc brakes in there. This is a heavy truck. It's a lot heavier than standard, so you've got to have this extra stuff. And as I said, my wheels almost caught fire coming down last time, which is why I need the bigger brakes and bigger wheels so they don't get so hot, more airflow. And I've also got to add flares on the front because the wheels are so much bigger, they actually stick out, and you're not allowed to do that here. You have to have these on, and so the wheel, the tread is inside, in the inside. Go, Brucey, go, 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 go. Go on, what's that? Oh, let's have another look around. There's actually a little spot down here I've just seen. Look at that. That's a lovely little wild camp spot. You could, if you wanted to get off the road, go down there and you just set up your tent down there. What's down there, Bruce? Hey, what is it? He can run down there and run straight back up again. Oh, magic. I wonder where the lake is in relation to where I am. I could send the drone out, but it triggers Bruce quite a lot. This is just heaven. It really is. I could spend multiple days up here easily. What I'm really looking forward to, though, is when this is covered in snow. And then we've got the setup. Got to have the right tent, though. For snow, yeah, I'm tempted to use the rooftop tent. So just the rooftop tent and the awning, and then Bruce sleep in the back of the truck. There's a lot of room here to put a proper tent up. So we'll see. All right, I'm just going to chill for a bit longer, and then bring you back for packing up. Packing up and sending back the Oztent AT4. Just to be clear, in case anyone didn't believe me, by the way, last night about this, what the problem is and what's missing, let me show you. Because I know there'll be people out there saying, no, you just don't know. So here, this bit here is the support for the tent. You may have one on each side, okay? It's sewn in. All right? So you've got this whole thing here, and then the same on the other side holding it. But this side, if I move the pole, they forgot to stitch it on. So the reinforcement tab is there, but they forgot to stitch that strap onto here. So there's nothing to tie off. It just hangs loose. Nothing there. It's not meant to be like that. You can buy poles for this tent to hold the awning up here. But again, what do you do about that? As that is a support. You should be able to hold the whole tent up without using the guy lines. So that's not there. The other thing that was missing is the toggle. So you can see there's a loop there for the toggle that's hanging there. There's another toggle there, but no loop. They forgot to sew it on. So I'm not making any of this up. You send it back. It's not my fault. It's their fault for not doing proper, QA. I don't want people spending the amount of money I spent on this, which is what, $1,000? Let's get rid of that pooling. It's got a nice DWR coating on it. Come on. I don't know why it's pooling in that spot. Yeah, I don't want people spending thousands and thousands. Oh, you know what I'm doing? All I'm doing is putting condensation on everything inside. It's stupid. Yeah, I don't want people spending $1,000 on something that's faulty. And if that's happened on mine, what will they miss on someone else's? They might miss both tabs, for all I know. then you are screwed there, because then there is nothing to attach that to. So it's more than an inconvenience, it's a real pain. The other thing I've noticed is the Zempire tent, the airflows, the air valves have covers on. And look, you see this is kind of not really attached, whereas the Zempire is. There's a big gap there. They have covers over them, very rugged. You can't do that on the Zempire. You can't squeeze it. You can't deform it like this. No way. They're so strong. And I didn't need to guy it out at all on the sides, but as this I had to. It just would not hold the shape. So I think they should probably stop with this one. My advice, having camped in all sorts of tents, is I would go back to the drawing board on this. And I would probably make it all 3 ridges the same size, so you can stand up properly in there. Because what's the point in a 4-person tent that you can't stand up in and you can't really fit in? I would improve their airframe technology, make it more rugged, and I would sack the person who's in charge of quality control because they need someone better. Yeah, it's very disappointing. What else would I do? I would fix this venting system. I would have more vents. If anything, they need to have this sort of flap system over the window, just at least at the top here, at least at the top, so you can pop it out with a sleeve, so you can vent these windows, because as they are right now, they're useless. In the rain, they're useless. You've got to cover the whole thing up, so there's not enough venting. So a storm flap just here over the top with a pull down Velcro tab, like they've got on the front here. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is there. Have that on each window, and I would say on these windows here, the same thing, just like North Face do. So you can open these things and have full airflow. Yeah, there's a few things, and I would definitely, I don't know if the vent at the back is big enough really. One tiny vent up there, I mean that's small. So I would probably make that bigger as well. That bird that you can hear is called a bellbird. Lovely. All right, everybody, enough whining and ranting. I know I've gone on and on, but it just bugs me. And yeah, I don't want people wasting their money. I don't want people to have a situation where it just doesn't work, especially if they're out with a family and then something goes wrong. So yeah, I can't recommend this tent, and it needs a version 2. And I would, if I were them, I would just stop now and rethink it and redo it, make some modifications and get some better quality control. Right, everybody, I'll bring you back for packing up. Right, welcome back, everybody. Time to pack up. There's a lot of gear because it's car camping and there's always a lot of gear to pack up, so it's going to take me quite a while to get this all done. So as usual, I will fast forward it beginning now. Okay, got everything packed away. Now I've got to deal with the tent. Got to pull all the pegs out.
Make sure you've got a decent tent peg hammer with the claw grip on the end to remove everything. I'll do the awning last, just because it's nice to have that guarantee of protection. So let's get the tent done. So there's not going to be an easy way to do this without making a mess. See what I mean? Look, it doesn't close. Look at that. Because of it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't work. You got to pinch the whole thing to do it. So the stresses that this is under here, this point here, are ridiculous. And yet it's attached at all the right spots. It just doesn't fit. It's going to be wet. I've got to get it home. I've got to dry it, pack it all up again. Look at this. It's leaking through the air vent. Nightmare. Okay, let's get the awning down and get the last of the pegs out, and then I'm just going to roll this thing up, chuck it in the back. So as soon as I pull this down, let me just adjust this so I can see what I'm doing. So as soon as I pull these pegs out at the front, it should start to fold down and collapse. But what I might do is just release the air first and then do that. Now, Bruce is loitering. He's walking around like this because he wants to get in the front seat. Because that's his routine. So I need to do that. Let him in. So yeah, this is what he's waiting for. As I said, he's all about the routine. He's got to jump in, he's got to do that. All right, let's let the air out first. One, two, three, and that's it. Okay, now I can pull the rest of the pegs out. Obviously, if it was windy, leave the pegs in, or at least one peg in, until you're ready, because it will go flying off. So there are pockets to stick these guys in. But what's the point? I've got to take the whole thing out again when I get home. Open it right up. Pump it up again and let it dry before I ship it back to them. It's not the supplier's fault, it's, you know, they're going to be disappointed though. Because this video is going to go out and people are going to watch it and they're going to decide, is it a good product or not? Or is it a flawed product? So a lot will depend on OzTent's response. Will they do what Napier did? So Napier tent supplied me with an SUV tent that leaked like a sieve, and it was shocking. I mean, that thing was terrible. This isn't terrible, it's just got a few problems. But they wouldn't acknowledge it, they wouldn't admit it. They said it was my fault.
And then I fought it and they took it back, and then finally, privately, not publicly, privately acknowledged, oh yeah, it does leak, it does have problems. That tent is not going in this bag. There's no way it's going in there. I'm gonna have to just roll it up and stick it in the back of the ute, I think. In the back of the truck, because I don't think that's going in. Well, let's see. You never know. So this is how it should have come in the first place. The inner connected is ready to unroll, ready to go. That's how it should have been delivered brand new. Okay. Will it go? No. I don't know why I'm even bothering. This had the pump in here as well. Well, I'm glad I kept the box. No, that's not even close to going. Right, chuck it in the back. Oh dear. For the record, the Zempire tent went back in its bag. It was a tight fit, but it went back in. And that was soaking wet as well. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so there's quite a lot of water here. Put this on the front seat with Brucey. Right, so poles first. Try not to get drenched doing it. Okay, so I'll unhook the back end. You know what? I love this awning, I really do. It just gives you so many more options for car camping. Okay, let as much water out as possible. Again, I'm going to have to open this all up when I get home, dry it all out. I got some silly comment last time saying, oh, you're packing it away wet, it's going to rot. You know, I go home and then I open it all up again. It's not going to rot in the 2 hours to go home. Some people, honestly. Everybody's a flipping expert. Yeah, hang on, what am I doing wrong here? So the only thing I don't like about this awning is the cover. The mount up here always gets stuck. Okay, getting there. Always carry bungee cords and straps as well. Bungee cords are brilliant. So I used the bungees to attach the tent awning. Yeah, this always gets stuck here. There you go. Right. Oh, you know what? That one's jammed up. That's not going to go. Yeah, so Iron Man, if you're listening, change the awning cover. Make it easier to do. Make these zips a bit better. And give us more room. Look at this, it's so tight. And that's without the wind cover in it, because that's in the back. Woo! Okay, put the straps away. All right, now just the Starlink. Hey Brucey. Okay, we're all packed up, ready to go. Oh no. Let me just dry Bruce off there. We're all packed up, ready to go. What I'll do is, I'll say goodbye to you later, because I'm going to show you
some footage of Bruno as well when we get home. But for now, I will follow us out with the drone. So see you on the drive out. It should be pretty spectacular. So I'll bring you back with the drone.
Okay, let's go. So I've got the drone on active track. So you should be following me automatically. I don't have to drive it myself. I don't have to do anything myself. As I said, it's absolutely beautiful here. Look at that view. I think the drone might struggle here. It's gonna lose me, and I think it has lost me. All right. Yeah, drone has lost me. Oh no, it's found me again. I don't know how it did that. It's found me again. But it will lose me again now. There's just too many trees. All right, everyone. I will bring you back at home with Bruno and Bruce and say goodbye to you then. See you in a bit. Okay, everyone, you wanted to see Bruno and Bruce. I think. Hey, Bruno. Let's see where Bruno is. Bruno. Come on. Here he is. Hello, Bruno. Uh-oh, he wants Brucey. Oh my God, Bruno, where are you going? Ah! Oh, where? Uh-oh, he's gonna get bitten. He's gonna get bitten. It's okay. It's all right. Hello. Can you hear Darth Vader here? Listen. He's doing his Darth Vader impersonation. It's okay, Brucey. Brucey, it's all right. See what I mean? He does not like him in his face at all. And that's the eye and the Darth Vader look. He's gonna bite him. Hey, stop, stop, stop. Kisses. It's okay, he's just kissing you. Brucey, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, Bruce. Bruce, enough. It's okay. Stop. 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 All right, everyone. Bruce. So this is the same every time. I'm telling you, they are not best friends or anything. Bruce tolerates him, that's about it. But he's so cuddly. He's so cuddly, and so is Brucey. All right, everyone, thanks again for coming. I hope you enjoyed this camp. It was a nightmare at the beginning, but we had lots of fun, lots of great food, and we will see you again soon. Thank you again for liking, subscribing. Thank you for all of the comments. Thank you for all the buy me a coffees, the treats, everyone who's bought merchandise, our shirts, t-shirts, and hoodies, etc. All the super thanks, and everybody else. Thanks so much. Please sign up to the mailing list on our website, abcampingandoutdoors.com, and you'll get notified when we've got new videos coming out, and also for our upcoming meet and greets on our holidays. It'd be lovely to meet you all. Thanks very much for coming, everyone. Gonna go now. Let these two get acquainted. Hopefully Bruno doesn't get bitten, but it might happen. I can't believe you've jumped up on my lap, Bruno. Honestly, isn't he cuddly? Anyway, thanks everyone. Bye everybody. Bye Brucey. Bye Bruno. Bye everybody.